Hello friends, in this series of lecture we will learn about solvent extraction. The content of this video is introduction to the solvent extraction, principle of solvent extraction, distribution coefficient, distribution ratio, and what is the relation between distribution coefficient and distribution ratio. Friends, solvent extraction is one of the analytical technique. So what is analysis? So analysis involves the separation, purification and estimation of the components present into the sample. While purification and separation, what is the difference between purification and separation? Purification is a large amount of components having impurity as a small quantity as compared to the required components. So purification method in means the small quantity of impurities we can remove from the large amount of component, that is called as purification. While the separation involves both are in large quantity, both the components are in large amount and important components in the mixture, then we have to separate from this one from another, that is called as separation. So in this case, this is the difference between purification and separation. In purification, one of the component which is in small quantity, which is not required, that is called as that removal is called as purification. While separation means both the components are in large amount and we have to separate from one another, that is called as separation. This separation can be done by the two methods, like physical method and chemical method. In physical method, difference in physical properties are the key factors. Those are solubility, adsorption, boiling points. So by using difference in physical properties, we have to choose some physical properties and techniques. So these are the separation methods called as physical methods. While in chemical methods, difference in chemical properties are the key factors. For example, precipitation, complex formation. So difference in chemical reactions, chemical properties of the substances can be used for the separation of the components, then that is called as chemical methods for the separation. Now we'll see the principle of solvent extraction. So solvent extraction is one of the technique for the separation. Solvent extraction, one of the physical method used for the separation of components of a mixture. It is based on the principle that a solute can be distributed in certain ratio between two immiscible solvents such as benzene, carbon tetrachloride, chloroform, etc. That depends upon the solubility. So ionic compounds are insoluble in non-polar organic solvents but soluble in water, because ionic compounds, ionic salts are polar, that can be dissolved into the polar solvent, while covalent compounds are soluble in organic solvents but mostly insoluble in water. So these are the solution properties, solubility properties can be used for the solvent extraction. We can easily extract organic components from water by using organic solvents. The technique, this solvent extraction techniques, is sometimes also called as solvent-solvent extraction, because there are two types of solvent we have to use for this extraction. That's why we can call it as a solvent-solvent extraction. Can be called as a liquid extractions like LLE, and also known as solvent extraction. And partitioning is the method to separate the compounds or metal complexes based on their relative solubilities in two different immiscible liquids, usually water as a polar solvent and organic solvent as a non-polar solvent. What are the features of solvent extraction technique? Why we are using the solvent extraction technique for the separation? First, it is very simple in operation and easy to carry out. Second, there is no need of any sophisticated instrument or equipment. In many cases, the separation may be effected by the shaking in separatory funnel for a few minutes. So this is the simple glass apparatus can be used for the separation. This is called as separatory funnel. So this is conical shape, has here a stopper cock, and here is a cock for inserting the solvent. Friends, it can be used for the micro level as well as macro level. So it is can be used for few milligrams to grams. It is highly effective and convenient. It has a ability to separate minor constituents from the major constituent. So by using this technique, we can separate out minor constituents, which can be called as a impurity also, that can be separated from the major constituent. It is very speedy technique, so time requirement is very small. The solvent extraction techniques, we had to know some concepts. So first is distribution coefficient. Nernst distribution or participation law. When a solid distributes itself between two immiscible phases in contact and in equilibrium with each other, the ratio of the concentrations of the substance in the two phases is constant at constant temperature, provided the molecular state of distributed solid is same in both the phases. For example, concentration of substrate in solvent 1 divided by concentration of substrate in solvent 2 is equal to constant, that is called as distribution coefficient Kd. So here S1 is the concentration of the solute in mole per liter in liquid phase 1, while S2 is the concentration of solute in mole per liter in liquid phase 2, and Kd is the constant, is called as distribution coefficient or partition coefficient. It is independent on the total solute concentration in any one of the phase, that is independent at the total concentration in any phase. Limitations. What are the limitations of distribution coefficient? So it can be used only when the temperature remains constant. Temperature should be same. The solutions, that solution should be dilute. The two solvents are immiscible. This can be useful only when that two solvents to be in contact should be immiscible with each other. The molecular state of the solute remains same in two solvents. That is, the solute does not undergo dissociation, association or polymerization or interact with the other dissolved species. So molecular state of the solute should be remains same. These are the limitations of distribution coefficient. Next term is the distribution ratio. So distribution ratio, the ratio of concentration of all the species of the solute in each phase, that is called as distribution ratio. It can be shown by the D is equal to the total concentration of the species in organic phase divided by the total concentration of the species in aqueous phase. This ratio is constant, that is called as distribution ratio. Let us consider the extraction of benzoic acid from the aqueous solution into organic solvent. That organic solvent can be called as suppose that is ether. Then Kd, that is distribution coefficient, is equal to concentration of benzoic acid in ether divided by concentration of benzoic acid in aqueous solution. Here HBZE stands for the concentration of benzoic acid in ether solvent, while HBZA stands for the concentration of benzoic acid in aqueous solvent. In aqueous medium, benzoic acid undergoes partial dissociation, partially soluble. So Bz at equilibrium gives some amount of H plus and some amount of benzoate ion. The constant dissociation constant Ka of benzoic acid in aqueous medium is written as Ka, that is dissociation constant of acid, is equal to concentration of H plus ions in aqueous medium into concentration of benzoate ion in aqueous medium divided by the concentration of benzoic acid in aqueous medium. Here A stands for aqueous medium. The distribution ratio of benzoic acid will be, now this ratio will be HBz, benzoic acid in ether, divided by benzoic acid concentration in the aqueous medium plus whatever the small quantity of dissociated benzoate ion in aqueous medium. Now we will see the relation between distribution coefficient and distribution ratio. Under the ideal condition, that is when there is no dissociation, association or any other effect, then Kd, that is dissociation coefficient, is equal to the distribution ratio D. In practice, it is hardly the case. That's why we have to learn what is the relation between distribution coefficient and distribution ratio. We can take some example, same example, that is benzoic acid and its distribution in ether as well as water. So distribution ratio is equal to, in previous slide we learned that the concentration of benzoic acid in aqueous solution, that is ether, divided by the concentration of benzoic acid in aqueous medium plus some dissociated benzoate ion in aqueous medium. As we know that distribution coefficient is equal to benzoic acid concentration is in organic, that is ether layer, divided by the concentration of benzoic acid in aqueous medium. As we know that while we use this HBz ether becomes Kd into concentration of benzoic acid in aqueous medium. But as we know that the dissociation constant for the benzoic acid is equal to the concentration of H plus ions into concentration of benzoate ion divided by concentration of benzoic acid in aqueous medium. So that here will be just आपल्याला हे इक्वेशन दुसऱ्या फॉर्म मध्ये लिहिले आपण इथे. So concentration of benzoate ion in aqueous medium becomes equal to dissociation constant for the acid into, so here will this will be here, so concentration of benzoic acid divided by the concentration of H plus ion in aqueous medium. Now substituting these values of benzoate ion concentration in aqueous medium and benzoic acid concentration in ether medium in the equation for distribution ratio. So put these values in this equation. So that equation becomes D is equal to, now as we know that HBz is equal to Kd HBZA. So here we can write this one, distribution coefficient into concentration of benzoic acid in aqueous medium, while put this value as like this. So this will become concentration of benzoic acid in aqueous medium plus Ka into HBz aqueous medium divided by the H plus ion concentration in aqueous medium. Then both sides we have to divide it with HBZA, then the equation becomes D is equal to Kd divided by 1 plus Ka divided by H plus ion concentration in aqueous medium. So this is the relation between distribution coefficient and distribution ratio. Distribution ratio D is equal to the distribution coefficient D divided by 1 plus dissociation constant of particular acid divided by H plus ion concentration in aqueous medium. So this is that formula. This is the relation between distribution coefficient Kd and ionization constant of weak acid, that is Ka, and H plus ion concentration, or you can say that is pH of the aqueous medium. If H plus ion concentration is very greater than dissociation constant, then this value become negligible. In that case, distribution ratio becomes exactly equal to or near equal to the distribution coefficient. If Kd is large, if this value is large, the benzoic acid will be extracted in ether layer to large extent. If the distribution coefficient is large, then the benzoic acid can be extracted in ether layer in large extent. Means in acidic medium, benzoic acid remains undissociated and gives large value of distribution ratio. But if H plus ion concentration is very small as compared to the dissociation constant, then the D will be very small. Then this D will be very small and benzoic acid will remain in aqueous medium. Means in alkaline solution, benzoic acid remains ionized form, that is H plus ion concentration is higher, and it cannot be extracted into ether, that is organic solvent. This is the formula. Distribution ratio is equal to Kd divided by 1 plus Ka divided by H plus ion concentration and A, and this is the distribution coefficient, that is concentration of substrate in solvent 1 divided by the concentration of substrate in solvent 2. So it is clear that the extraction efficiency is independent on the original concentration of the solid. This is one of the important feature of the solvent extraction technique. It can be used to trace levels, that is micro levels as well as macro levels. The only conditions are the solubility of the solute in one of the phase is not exceeded. There is no side reaction such as association, dissociation or polymerization of the solute. So solubility should not be very higher in one of the solvent phase, so that extraction will be easier, and the substrate or the solute must be stable. That should not show any reactions like association, dissociation, polymerization, as well as reaction with some impurities which are present in the solvent. Next part we will see in next video. Thank you so much.